How's it going, my cretins? Mr. Fritchie Boy here, and today we're going to be opening another Magic the Gathering booster pack. Let's figure out what we got going on today. Alright, we have a Wilds of Eldraine set booster. Wilds of Eldraine is kind of Magic's interpretation of classic fairy tales. So they made spell cards that are creatures as well, that are like stories called adventures, I believe. Ooh, that is a fucking fire card. Art card, I love that art. That's so cool. Yeah, this set, the aesthetic is very nice, kind of calming, kind of fall into the world a little bit. I don't know anything about the lore, but the art, I was always a fan of how the cards play. Very cool. I know there's a lot of bangers that came from this set. There's a special like slot feature at the end where you can get some crazy pulls, like doubling season. Got a counter spell for fairies. Fairies, of course, are very iconic for your fairy tale stories. Alright, this is the first one I was talking about. Adventure. So if you look at the text box, it kind of looks like a book being opened. So the right half is a creature you can cast, but first you can cast the adventure half. It's a spell that instant that makes start creature get -4, -0 until end of turn. And then you exile this card, and then you may cast the creature later from exile. Very cool, very useful. It makes it creatures that are below par for mana cost better because they're more versatile. You can get more use out of them. Very fun mechanic. I like it. Got a Icy Boy here. Whenever Sentinel attacks, you may pay 2. If you do, tap target creature and opponent controls. Whenever you tap an untapped creature and opponent controls, he gets +2, +1 until end of turn. Vigilance. Nice. Solid creature. Maybe there's some tap theme going on in the set. I know there's some cool commanders that came from the set. A white-blue creature that cares about tapping. Some fairy commanders. Another creature that cares about tapping creatures and stun counters. Could be nice. Ooh, that's cool. Like an ethereal type of castle. Phantom Castle. When it enters the battlefield, tap a creature opponent controls, put a stun counter on it. Whenever you tap an untapped creature opponent controls, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Could be nice in a certain strategy. Seems a little underpowered. Alright, we got the Charging Hooligan. That's relatable. Human Peasant. Whenever the Charging Hooligan attacks, gets +1/0 for each attacking creature. If a rat is attacking, he gets gains trample until end of turn. This is me. Oh my goodness. Look at this guy. With the rats on him. Soon the rats are gonna run this town, so I'm gonna run with them. If you can't beat the rats, you need to join them. When they take over, you want to be on the Skaven, the rats side. Ooh, okay, what we got? We got a Flying Vigilance Ward 1/4/4. That's great for 4 mana. And it flickers a creature for the adventure half. Wow. That's just a solid-ass creature. I like it. Alright. So this was kind of like the special card I was talking about. This one, whenever you gain, at the beginning of your end step, if you gain 3 or more life, create a 2/2 white griffin. Nice. I've liked this card when I was playing Magic Arena. It was fun in a generic life gain strat. Just pooping out griffins every turn. Ooh, this card is very much playable. Wow. And that art is phenomenal. Like, really takes you into being like in a palace. Creature tokens you control get +1/1 and have vigilance. That's great. A rat fairy. Oh my god. A legendary creature, 5 mana. Rat fairy flying. I've never had a flying rat before. besides the one in my discard deck, but not one in my rat deck. At the beginning of each end step, if your creature die this turn, create a food token. Ooh. Could be nice and useful for have some life gain. Sacrifice another creature or artifact. Old Clitter Fang gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Wow. I don't know if that's quite good enough for my rat deck, but I also lack a lot of flying creatures, so I might just have to play it. So the rat pulls were great. On the rat scale, I give this set 2 rats out of rat, so that's great. For badass cool art, this has to take the cake. I think this is our top pull for art. And our rare is decent. You know, I might not be able to use it, but I know some people I might be able to trade it for too. So that's a win. All right, y'all. Let me know what you think of Wilds of Eldraine. I didn't get to delve too deep into it, but I did like what I have seen. I'm a fan of how it plays. The aesthetic is always fun. I like the funky twists on classic fairy tales. It's also fun just to kind of see the magic, but in universe. So that's always great. But yeah, I want to hear your takes on it. Until next time, guys. Toodles!